the half butterfly guard system. I'm going to literally go over the entire system that I play from half butterfly, and I like to break it up in a way that's super digestible and super understandable. So hopefully by the end of this video, you're a freaking freak at half butterfly guard. The first thing I'm gonna go over is when I have my partner, Dimitri, in my half butterfly, I wanna think about 4 ways I can attack. I attack the far leg, or the outside leg, the inside arm, and the outside arm. Okay, so I have 4 things I can attack. This gives me a system in which I can play amongst it, and I can make a decision based on which limb Dimitri has presented to me. The first one we're gonna look at is this cross leg. This is the first one I recommend you learn because it's the first one I learned, and it made my life a lot easier having a good attack on that leg. From here, all I'm gonna look to do is I wanna get this leg closer to me. If Dimitri stepped up closer, well, now this is super easy to get, so I just scoop it, and I freaking smash him. So what I can do is I can take a tricep grip, and notice this knee. I always keep this knee between his clavicle bones because 2 places I don't want this knee is down here, it's a disaster, and outside Dimitri's ribs. That's a disaster as well. So I'm playing this position like so. The first attack we're gonna look at is keeping my knee between his clavicle bones, and I pull on this tricep to bring this leg towards me. Now, if I let my knee flop across and I pull him into a body lock, well now I'm just crying. I keep my knee between his clavicle bones, I take this grip and I pull. Notice that either brings his arm forward or his leg forward, depending on how he reacts. Oftentimes it'll be the leg. Once the leg comes forward, I take a scoop and I connect my hands behind his leg. Okay, this is a very easy entry you can learn, and I really recommend that as the first thing you learn. I take my knee across his hips and I put my foot on the mat. The foot on the mat allows me to forward shrimp. Now, if I just try and pull Dimitri's knee to my chest, go strong, Dimitri. Yep. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. Look what happens when I put my foot on the ground, and instead of pulling Dimitri's knee to my chest, I forward shrimp, so my left hip goes under his knee, and I face my hips to the ceiling. Go heavy, Dims. It's actually easy. So it's very interesting how easy that is. Once I do this, I take this hand, I keep it as a knee pick grip, and I get to the back of the Achilles. One very common habit I see a lot of beginners do is they get here, they try to get ashi karami, and the guy pulls their heel back to their butt, and they get squashed. So instead, immediately get a hand on the Achilles. When Dimitri goes to pull his leg back, he gets caught by my fingertips. I just pull, and I connect my knee and my heel on his hip. This is incredibly important when it comes to holding him in ashi karami, because if there's a disconnection, Dimitri can start moving me around and getting annoying. What I want is this tight wedge on his leg, where my right shoelace is attached to his far leg. I close my knees together, and when Dimitri goes to move around here, I just bear weight through him, and it's extremely difficult. So just again, I'll just show that really fast. Here, my knee stays between his clavicle bones. I'm playing like so. I'm never flat. This is a freaking, I hate when people do this. Why are you flat? Get on your freaking side. Stay concave, guys. Now, I keep my hands across the shoulder. If I need this leg to come forward, I just take a hand on the armpit and I pull. From here, I take a scoop, connect my hands, put my foot on the ground. Once my foot touches the mat, I then forward shrimp to bring his leg off the ground. I keep my knee pick grip in my right hand, and my left hand goes to his Achilles. When Dimitri goes to pull his leg away from me, extremely difficult, I just pull this knee to my chest and I connect. Notice when I connect, I'm not lazy. Dimitri, stand up. Like, it's so easy. If your guy's standing up like this easily, you got something wrong. I keep this clamp nice and tight, and if we circle Dims, look at my right shoelaces. They attach. I protrude them on the secondary leg. I close my knee and I connect my knee and my heel on his hip. Now Dimitri, try and stand up. See how it's very difficult? He has to get to his hands. Because I'm controlling the secondary leg with my right foot, my knees close, and I'm controlling his hip. I'm bearing weight through his hip, and I'm making his ability to get up onto his leg hard. Again, Dims? It's difficult. And this gives me enough time to then switch into some sort of attack where I'm breaking his damn stuff. That's the first attack. And quickly, before I get onto the second attack, my online coaching is literally 60% full right now. It's amazing, 60% full. All my Instagram followers have been snooping it up. I want to give you guys the opportunity on YouTube to jump in there. It's in the caption. In the coaching, you get unlimited match reviews. That's the deal. That's why it's filling up so fast. You get unlimited match reviews, one-on-one coaching, and one-on-one guidance from me to make sure you're actually progressing as fast as possible, where I curate your training, curate your planning, and make sure this year is your best year in jiu-jitsu. So it's in the caption. If you want to take a look, go ahead. But I'm giving away a lot of source, honestly, for free on YouTube. So if you want to look at my YouTube videos instead, that's honestly a great idea as well. So now, we have the attack on the leg. Okay, that's step one. And that's step one. The reason why that's step one is because it leads us directly into step two. Because the second step, when I always think about attacking half butterfly, is either, and like we said before, either this arm's gonna come forward or this leg. If I take this grip, and when I pull, Dimitri takes the opportunity to cross face me, this is when we go into our second attack, which is the shoulder crunch jujikatami, or the armbar on this cross side. I take my left arm, the second I see this, and I go elbow to elbow, and I connect, wrist to wrist. Once I'm wrist to wrist, what I need to make sure of is two things. One, Dimitri's elbow faces the ceiling, and two, we get perpendicular. The best way to do this is to keep a nice wrench on the elbow, and I take my knee, that's here like so, up, across, so my knee goes above his ear. Now that my knee's above his ear, I can then use the wedge between my head and my arms to hold his elbow in place facing the ceiling, and I take his head and I push it away. So now we're in that perpendicular angle that I was speaking about. Once I'm perpendicular with Dimitri, I just keep this wrist to wrist grip nice and tight. If it's slippery, find where your partner's rash guard ends. If they're wearing a long sleeve, thanks. If they're wearing a short sleeve, you can come higher up. But oftentimes I'll hit this earlier in a match because it's more dry, and I go on the elbow. Once we get here, I then turn my knee down to the mat on the back of Dimitri's head. Boom. His head's now touching the mat. When Dimitri gets the posture up, because my toes are facing upwards, it's difficult. If my knee faces upwards, it's the posture up, Dims. Even like with my leg there. Go ahead. He can lift me. So I actually internally rotate my hip. Go ahead, Dims. See how it actually keeps him down? Very small detail, but it makes a huge difference. From here, I take this leg across, and I'm gonna pummel. Now, what can I not let happen? I cannot let Dimitri's head come up and his elbow face the mat. Go ahead, Dims, and do it. Yeah, this is gonna kill me. How do I stop that? I need to just depress his scapula where his elbow and his back form like a valley at his shoulder, okay? So I need to make like, if you just stay where you are, Dims. I need to make it so that there's a V that gets created. Right now it's a straight line, it's 180 degrees. I wanna maximize the angle of his shoulder, and depending on how flexible someone is, the more angle you're gonna get. I wanna maximize this. Dimitri, posture up here. Yeah, I can't do it just with my little hands. Posture up here, Dims. I can't stop it. See, if I just go like this, Dimitri, get up. What a joke. What a joke. Do that with your legs. So boom, I'm in the half butterfly guide. I turn this knee to the mat, and that puts that same force, I think it's called valgus force, I could be wrong, where Dimitri tries to posture up here. It's very, very, very difficult. I then grab his thumb. Why do I grab his thumb? Because it's the end of the lever. Right, what does John Danaher say, guys? Always grab the end of the lever when you go to attack a limb. I take 2 on 1 on the wrist, and I pull his hand to my face. Pulling the hand to the face, extremely underrated detail that I learned from Nicholas Marigali. If his hand is loose here, he has so much movement to move around. I want to maximize mechanical tension. How am I going to do that? Pull his hand above my head. Here. Now Dimitri, go ahead and move. Now he's freaking stuck. And then I can start applying braking pressure. So that's the first dilemma, right? Remember, in a system, we first have an attack, and then we create a dilemma where the weakness of one system leads into the strength of another. So the way I would play that little micro system is I'd go scoop in a reaction. I'll just forward shrimp, take my foot underneath, connect, make sure I have a strong wedge. I scoop, he reacts by cross-facing me.
Oops.
Yep, this time's a cross-facing Dims. Crack! I smash this on. My knee comes above his ear. I hold on to this nice udigatami. I push his head away to get us perpendicular, point my knee to the ground. Once I point my knee to the ground, I make sure to get nice and high. One thing I want to make sure of is that when you attack the armbar, you don't let yourself stay too low where he can connect his hands. Go ahead, Dims. I'll just put your hands together. Yeah, now I can't attack the armbar. So what I'll do oftentimes is I get here, and as they go to try and connect their hands, I just take their hand away. Okay, it's a little silly, but it makes a massive difference. Once I do that, I keep this knee facing down. Why? Because I'm creating that valley between Dimitri's elbow and Dimitri's back. I pull my leg through the gap, 2 on 1, pull his hand to my face and break. So that's that side of the body. We also have the other side. Dimitri can do things on the other side to make things difficult for me. Luckily, I have a system, so I don't have to worry about that. The next thing Dimitri can do to stop all my attacks on this side is a weave. Very common. Yep, every old man loves this one, especially when they're resting, getting lazy in there in the round. So you're gonna start punishing old men for this one, guys. From here, he's got the freaking weave. I hate it. I take my hand, inside hand, thumb down. And this is gonna be quite easy. All I do, and depending on your mobility, you might either have to swing like so, or if you're a bit more flexible, I just pick it out this way. I keep the hand down grip, and this hand's ready. This hand's ready. My middle finger is reaching for his armpit. Pop. My leg is up. Why? Pendulum. To get up. And I'm going to use an arm drag on that side anytime they weave. And by the way, this works perfectly from knee shield. I actually learned this from the knee shield. My hand is thumb down. My knee's in his clavicle bone still. I just free it. He's holding on, pump. It's very easy. Notice when I go arm drag as well. I don't just, let's spin around it. I don't just go here, and I don't just reach, and I don't grab like this. If I grab like this, when Dimitri goes to pull away, see how he's sort of faster than me? I actually take this hand, and I go like an inch or two further. So when Dimitri goes to pull back, I catch it, and I start flying up. So I'm here in front of my guy, Dimitri Bukovalis. Here, he's got his freaking weave. I take my thumb down grip, I pummel and catch. See that? I held me in place. I pendulum, and I get my chest to back. Now, who wins this battle? Who wins this battle? The person who has the highest hip and head height. So right now I have head height, he has hip height. So if Dimitri was to like scramble away from me and keep his hips higher than me, I lose the back. So once I get head height, my next goal is to get hip height. As Dimitri goes to run, I just build up. If we end up on the feet here, perfectly fine. Oftentimes against your older sweaty guy who is just stalling from the weave, he's just gonna stay on his knees. So we're here, I'm trying to attack on this side of the body, but Dimitri wants to play on this side. So he goes here, he goes weave, I just take a thumb down grip, pummel, bang, chest to back. I'm reaching for his far lat muscle. That gives me enough purchase to then build up. So when Dimitri tries to get away, I can then hold on, get my near side hook, and then get my diagonal control. I would never take a hook on the same side as an underhook. And if you learn one damn thing from this video, even if you hate half butterfly, and I teach you one concept, always have a hook to the opposite underhook. Anytime you have a hook and underhook on the exact same side, you're gonna lose the position. It's a disaster. Make sure if you're attacking your partner's back and you have a left hook, think what is the opposite of left, right? And if you have to go like this to do it, perfectly fine. I'd rather you sit there for 1 second picking out which one's the right hand than putting the left hook and then falling off on the left side because you freaking picked it on one side. Because if I go one hook and one underhook on the exact same side with Dimitri, and he just turns the turtle to our left, it's easy. And any good opponent's gonna do this. Whereas if I have Dimitri's back, I have a right hook and a left underhook. Do the same thing, Dims? Yeah, good luck. See how I have control of both sides of his spine? I have a diagonal control. I can then throw my second hook, put the body triangle, put him away to sleep, and go home and love my family. So you understand, this is very, very, very important. Don't forget that. Now, the final prong, the final step, and what makes this a system is the last leg. And I love this attack. And we're gonna go to cross ashi, my favorite leg locking position, against my kneeling opponent in the half butterfly guard. We've looked at what Dimitri does if he does pulling this leg back, doing this arm, etc. Okay, how are we gonna get after this leg? I'm gonna use a cross elevation tactic where I take my hand across his lat muscle and I take my left hand and I reach either for his knee or his shin. Oh, that's not his hamstring or his shin. Once I get these two grips, my foot goes to the mat and my other leg goes across to the hamstring, and I'm gonna extend him out that direction. The shin grip's great because he can't post his foot out. Here, and I take weight off his leg. Once I do this, I just spin up to an X-legs type position where my legs are up like so. Once I get to here, my leg that's on one shin switches to the other, and I pull his knee to my belly button, and I get to cross ashi. Once I get here, my goal is to not get flattened out. I want to stay perpendicular with Dimitri, where his foot's near my head and his head is away from my head. So obviously the inverse of that is Dimitri will smash me down and get head over head and kill me. So I grab his heel and I can either turn towards the heel to switch him down, or my favorite thing to do here is to then spin back underneath and break him down to the hips. And by the way, guys, you can set this up in various fashions, because I can also set it up by attacking this arm, for example, with an arm drag, the opposite arm to the first arm drag we did, where I attack this and I use this to force Dimitri's inside leg off the mat. Here, his leg comes off the mat just a little bit. I then take my hook, I extend him out towards the camera with the arm drag, and I get the exact same spot. Right, end up in cross ashi on that leg. There's a million ways you can attack this. I can also fall sweep him. This is maybe if you're a bit more flexible. My right hand goes elbow deep, and I connect my hands Once I do this, Dimitri, go heavy on the leg. I just rock my body, right? Like the Black Eyed Peas song. I go up, 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 bang. Once his knee comes to my belly button, I connect my left hand deep, right hand to the cross lat. Why cross lat? Perpendicular. Parallel limbs, I'm stuck. I use this hand to get perpendicular to my partner, and I take my head the opposite direction as well. I want to maximize it. Bang. I lock my legs, I push him down to the mat, and I'm in a great position to then start passing his foot to any attack I want. So you see how this works as a system. I have 4 limbs I can attack. It's an epic, epic, epic system. Works for me all the time. And sometimes my opponents watch my videos, so they actually make it harder for me. But the good thing with them watching my videos is that now I have to actually get better at the positions because they know my tactics. So I have to come back with a new tactic, and then I have to make a YouTube video on that and then come up with something again. So that's the cycle I'm in. That's the life cycle I'm in. If this video is epic, subscribe. And guys, like I said, 60% full. I'm so blessed to have so many great students and to do online coaching as my full-time job. And that is my dedication to you guys. I don't do anything else. I don't have a family. I don't even have a car. All I have is my online students and my friend Dimitri. And I am dedicated to getting you the best results possible. So if you want to check it out, hit up my school community in the caption. Dimitri, you're the best.